So here's the moment of truth. We're going to go in as a teacher. And this is the management system to integrate all the subjects. In our case today, we're going to be looking at wonder. If I scroll down here, they're all your other subjects. We can go into that at a later date. So what we're going to do now is create a plan, a wonder journey. So we click on start, select the year level. Now here's an explanation of what wonder means. We have an audio. It's just a little arrow, you click on it, and the audio reads this text to the students. They either just listen to it or they read along with the text. Now to make it a lot easier, we give them a shortened version in this video.
Wonder, the learning journey. Everywhere there are wonders to be discovered, questions to answer.
Right, so this is the video that was sent to you in the email. So you've probably listened to that. If you haven't, of course, you can go back to your email and view that. But that's there for the students to understand what wonder is about and why they would want to plan a lesson. But because this is the teacher portal area, slightly different because you've got your whole class here. Now I've only got a few students up. There are the videos that will show you how to manage this. But for this plan, we're just going to grab Sylvia and we're going to move her into this area. And then we're going to give our project a name, write her a little note, do a start date and a due date. So we've got hydroponics. That's what she's going to be doing. So hi Sylvia, and write whatever you want to write. Then we're just going to create the project, and there it goes. That's how easy it is. So the student has now been given that plan, and let's go and have a quick look what that might look like for the student. So I'll just sign in as a student. Oh, it's Sylvia actually. So here goes Sylvia, and I'll just filter her work. We'll go into Wonder, filter Wonder, and there's her plan, and she is ready to roll in audio. So what the students we come to is this work area, and this work area has got a few components to it that will support them in the inquiry model. So there's an audio. The audio will read the text for the students so they can listen to it or listen and read. And to make it even easier for them, we provide this video that will support the students in the tasks that are ahead. So we'll just go on there.
Wonder, connect, notice and support. Get ready because you're about to launch into your very own wonder learning journey. An important place to begin is to connect, notice and support. Connecting is all about tuning into yourself, into the people and environment around you, to find ideas, problems, questions, wonderings, and other interesting things that spark your curiosity. Wonder Connect is about noticing what is going on in your inner and outer world and observing how they interact. What's going on in your heart, your mind, your body or spirit? What's happening with your friends, your family, your community, your environment? What kind of places, situations, events or objects are having an effect on you? And how might these aspects all be interconnecting with each other in your life? Wonder Connect is also all about collaborating with your learning community and seeking and offering support from one another so that you can all begin to find and grasp onto wonderings that you connect with and want to explore further. To connect, notice and support are foundational practices for your learning journey. They will be of use at every step, connecting you back to yourself and what's going on around you, ensuring that you do not get lost in the adventure ahead. So, without further ado, let's get started. Karafiora, give it heaps.
Great. So I just wanted you to watch that. There will be different leveled videos for the lower levels. So don't be worried. It is a little bit long and we'd probably be editing those, but it gives you a good idea of the type of support that your children get with the first framework or the first part of the inquiry model. Now, once the students have gone through this, which I would suggest, particularly when you start an inquiry, you always do it teacher directed. And when you are doing it teacher directed, there are resources and examples here that will give you all the tools you need to build the skills to set up your students with this inquiry model. There's a lot that happens emotionally with our students, especially if they're going to be responsible for their own learning. But also if a teacher is subscribing this inquiry, they're really, really powerful things to engage with as you prepare your students for investigate and communicate, which is part of the inquiry cycle. Okay, now the students have examples here that will support them through these tasks, task 1, task 2, and how do you feel checkpoint. And these will guide the students to the example area. So question prompts, sharing session ideas, deciding on a topic, deciding on work independently or with a group, and how you're feeling. Now there also is a really cool one here. There is, so craft projects, art projects. There's a whole lot of resources here for the students in subject areas that they might be interested in looking at. So I don't want to go into all these details right now because it's just not going to serve us well for this short time that we've got together. However, that's definitely something you can explore, and you really need to encourage your children to explore that with you. So let's go down to task 1, connect with yourself. Here you will begin to notice what you're thinking, feeling, and wondering. And then you will look for inspiration and you'll keep a record of what you notice. So this video, we won't watch the whole lot, but again, it just helps them with that.
Notice and support. Task 1. Connect with yourself.
Okay, so we go through these. And then we have task 2, which is connecting with yourself. And there are lessons and things that you can go through here, and then a checkpoint. How do you feel at the end of all this? So really this whole setup of the inquiry is connecting with themselves and preparing them for the thinking that's going to happen beyond this point. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom, remember this is the student portal area. Here is a work area that they can work in, and what we say is the students must and should record all that learning and thinking and connecting, because you're going to be able to use it in your teacher area to guide their learning and use the skills that we'll be showing you at some point if you engage with Wonder. Pardon me. Now, this is a very small work area. I'm not going to go into the details and how you can expand this and how you can work with Google Docs. They're helpful tools here which leads you to Google Docs. You can have it in different views and so forth. Then we click on next, and it takes us into the student, the next framework. So let's go back here to the top. We have a chat system where the students can talk to the teacher directly or to other students that are involved with this plan. We have a place where students can add resources into this plan, and of course the examples that I showed you there. There is a lot more that we can show you. I'm just going to go back into the student work area. Every now and again there's going to be a little pop-up, and it's going to ask the students and how they feel. That pop-up will help guide the student and the teacher in how they're coping emotionally with this journey so that they can get support. Now, it can be that response to their emotions and feelings can be sent to the teacher, or it can be private. Now, shortly I'm going to show you what the teacher does with this information. So I'll just grab some material here and we'll pretend that that is the child's response to the lesson, and we'll just go next, and that takes you into the next part of the inquiry model: explore, build and browse. But we're not going to go there because we don't need to. We'll just go back. Oh, there we go. There's your little pop-up. So how are you feeling? The students can just click on some things here. Why do you feel this way? They can write a little note to the teacher, and is there anything that you need? Now the student can have that private, or click here and then send that, writing anything in particular. So success, and that has now been recorded in the student work area, and it will also be flicked to the teacher providing they've clicked on that notice. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the student portal area here, there are resources that are suggestions from the teacher and also suggested plans that can be integrated into this inquiry. There's going to be another video for that, and that's going to show you how the inquiry can be set against other curriculum areas and achievement objectives. So we'll leave that for now. Let's just quickly pop back to the teacher, and we will go into student work. We'll filter out Sylvia and go into Wonder. She's got 3 wonders here, and we'll go into review. I can access her work and see where she's up to, and you'll notice there's a little number 1 here. So that's where the teacher will open it and respond to that feedback form on her emotions. Again, we won't go into too much detail there. If I'm going too fast, I understand I am, because we've got a lot to cover, but I will give you a question time later. I just want you to get an overview of the platform. Now here, the little messages that are coming up. So Sylvia, wants your comment on how do they feel. So we'll just go on there and then we'll take you into that place. Right, this is the teacher area. If I go to the bottom here, you remember that students have suggested resources and plans. So I'm just going to go into plan overview, and it just says that not all of her work has been completed, because you can see it here, it's not completed. But you've got these little plus signs here, and this is where you can suggest or require extracurricular work around the Wonder project, and that will pick up the achievement objectives that are very specific to that subject. But again, we'll show you another video. And also you can add resources to this Wonder project that will be fed to everybody. There's the chat, and down here we have the work that the students have done so far in Connect, Notice and Support. Now you are welcome to go in there and you can make comments. I would typically choose a color. If I was a teacher, the student identifies that as you speaking to them, and then of course you can go to next, just like the students do. So we'll just go. So that's the nuts and bolts of the planning a lesson and delivering it to the students, and then the students picking it up. We've done a bit of the philosophy around that, so I think we'll just leave it there. This is where you manage all their learning. In the next video, after your questions, we're going to see how we're going to integrate this inquiry with the other subject areas.